with a regular season championship for the first time in 13 seasons. And Riley Nelson will pull up and hit the jumper. Here's Rachel Rose. She and Maya Moore playing through injuries today. Russ will try again and knock it down. She's made more threes than twos this year.
She ties Kendall Spray and Clemson basketball history for...
Damara Hines will try and keep things close in the lane today, along with Raven Thompson, and there's Fournier for three.
Fournier has made that kind of mentality, and then they know personnel very well. Their schemes are excellent.
Corner three is good from Mair.
Duke doing a good job right here, getting a piece of the gap, drawing help.
Good sign for the Blue Devils, out to the 8-3 lead. One bucket so far for Clemson, and make it two. And there's...
You're really not supposed to help on the strong side corner on penetration, but Clemson does.
Here at the ACC tournament quarterfinal action, Jordan Wood inside Ariana Robertson for two.
Really great flash.
Tore off on that 17-game winning streak, their longest in a couple of decades. Taina Mair out of the timeout hits a triple. That's already the third here early on for the Blue Devils.
Oh, Mair does a great job of relocating off the double team. As soon as she sees it, she moves into the vision.
I think the big answer that Duke fans are looking for, Debbie, is how do they respond to the two late season losses to Clemson, and Jackson will take over the point here with Mair out of the game right now, getting some attention on the Duke bench. Fournier, wow. Look out, she's knocked down a couple.
Yes, got to hit him in the pocket.
Mair thought about it again. She's hunting early. Here's Thomas, mid-range, good.
They still have that weapon in Toby Fournier available to them to pound it inside.
Blue Devils now with their biggest lead, and that was short-lived. The three is good. And avenge one of their two regular season losses in the conference. Mair, open three. Good ball movement for the Blue Devils. Final 2 minutes of this first half. Rose to Lee. And Morgan gets the deuce.
Now Morgan Lee's going to be a factor.
Mair will make the decision. Ball in her hands, off the cross, floats it.
I mean, you had a foul to give.
Thomas, the follow is good.
Clemson had fouls to give. I would have fouled. 4 low, flatten it out, drive, and then allow your bigs to board it. 38-19, Beth. What a showing by
Fournier. Already has a pair of threes. Been way short on her last two, but there's Thomas with the rebound and the putback. North Carolina had a huge day yesterday, even though they didn't play. They will benefit greatly from some up.
See how everybody's hugged up on their player? Nobody is helping. Not able to go, but they got better on offense because Riley Nelson got put in the lineup. So there was a good change there, some due to injury, but some due to neither team was an offensive explosion in the third quarter.
Well, the regular season upset for Clemson was 53-51. And good follow-up there by Moore after Wood blocked her first shot.
And they have really slowed the tempo down.
Fournier, no. Gets her own miss, will try again, and got it. Mair kept the pivot foot down to find Nelson in the short corner. Here's Mair on the inbounds. Looking for the shooter. Jackson, no, and Robertson is there.
Well, Gail Gestencourt took Duke to 4 Final Fours in 2 championship games.
It's a blast from the past. Good change of pace from Cone.
Don't forget.
Yeah, I don't think. Do you see any changes in their status? I mean, they're an NCAA tournament team. They're probably, you know. And then for Texas, well, if you can make a run and beat South Carolina, then you may be the overall 3 seed and get a chance to stay in Fort Worth for a regional.
geography and fan support.
Yes.
Wouldn't you want to see Texas in Fort Worth?
I don't see why they wouldn't put Texas on one side and TCU on the other.
But then you're going to send South Carolina to Sacramento.
Then you got to go to Sacramento. Yep.
Dribble handoff right here. Hines in drop coverage. They'll regroup.
Yep, they're going to be back in the NCAA tournament for the first time since 2019, and Fournier with an and one opportunity.
Good shot fake.
Boy, the fundamentals for Rose are on point.
They really are.
Three-pointer is good from Moore.